Hello and welcome to the Purple Couch. I'm your host, Camryn Gales, and I have the industry mama on set with us today. Everyone say hello to Danielle Banks.
Hey,
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So I know who you are from social media, and I was also involved with the summer program you guys had. But can you tell our guests, or our viewers, who you are?
All right. Well, I'm Danielle Banks. I am industry mama. How did I coin that name? I guess it's just my middle child now. She got into acting and modeling at a very young age, and it became like a hit amongst a lot of people. And so everybody was like, how do I get my kid involved? And so there was multiple things that we did, but I started a group called Industry Moms, where I've helped over like 1,000 moms and dads across the country get their kids into modeling and acting. So I coined the term of industry mama, but like also I run a youth program with my husband, Big Rich, called Project Level, and so I'm everybody's mom. So that's just like the role that I play. I'm the mother, the nurturer, but also just like really helping people understand like getting into the entertainment industry and helping them navigate through it, the ups and the downs, and just being that support for them. So that's who I am, like as a in the bigger like spectrum. But I play a lot of different roles and I wear a lot of different hats.
Right, but overall you are the mama.
I am the mama, yes.
So you and Rich co-founded Project Level and 1015 Management.
Yes.
Can you tell me about how you guys built the business and what were some of the obstacles that you guys endured?
Definitely. So just to give a little bit of context, just to how and what Project Level is and why we started it. Project Level we're about to be on our 10th year anniversary next year. And it really stemmed from Rich, who is my husband, was an artist for a very long time. He had some like successful songs that like put us on tour around the country.
Oh, wow.
And we traveled a lot. And then when we had our middle child, Bianca, we decided that it was time to slow down. We needed to raise our kids.
Yeah.
And so we came back. He was kind of tired of being the forefront, being the artist. And he said, hey, like, I want to teach other people how to get into the industry, how to break themselves into it. So that's how Project Level started. We took all the ingredients that was like, what does it take to be a successful artist, to be successful in this industry, behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. And so we built that. And so we broke Project Level down into a few different departments. We have our music department, which is the glue, everything, you know, everybody loves music. Everybody wants to be an artist.
It's always needed too.
Exactly. So we have music, we have a fashion department, we have film and photography, we have marketing that kind of branched off into social media. And we have modeling, yes, modeling and acting. So
and
they
dancing.
kind of, yes, and dance. So like they all kind of merged into different departments, but we were like bringing them all together. So we're helping people have the ins and outs, like the foundations to being able to have a successful career or building a platform in these different arenas. So when you're asking about the obstacles, these industries change a lot. So that's where a lot of the obstacles come from. So when we transitioned out of music, it was we were going into the digital space. And we were from the older era where everything was like guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, you guys were like right at that mark where everything just switched over.
Exactly. Yeah. So we were like, okay, we have to pivot and we don't want to get lost. We don't want to become dinosaurs. So we had to relearn a lot. We had to do a lot of research. And so we were like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get into the new age of everything and make sure we're always on top of it. So one of the biggest obstacles is making sure you're always in the know, you know how to do stuff, and you know what's the newest trends. Like you don't want to be lost or else you're
I noticed
useless.
On your Instagram, you're always on trend. I'm like, she's a mom, but she's still on trend.
I really try my best to be and stay caught up with what's happening.
Yeah.
I might not like certain things, but I'm like, but it's not up to me if I like it. If this is what the people like, I need to follow what the people like. But along with that also is like, we like to break ceilings. So that's another big obstacle is like not just going for the norm or just being the trend, but doing something different, stepping outside of our comfort zone, and really just like staying hard on what we believe in and pushing that as much as we can. So that's like been one of the things that's like been really difficult for us. So from there, we've also launched 1015 Management, like you said, which is a different side of what we do at project level, where it's like for artists and talent who have really cemented themselves and they really have a vision and a focus for themselves, and they're like ready to take things to the professional level. So that's what we do over there at 1015, which is way harder because they now have to be accepted into the world where it's like time to make money, getting into the marketplace, and it's tough. It's a way harder ceiling to break through.
Right. I know in a recent interview you stated that you were able to revise Forever 21's human resources policies. Can you tell me about how you got that opportunity? I know there's a huge story behind it, so please tell us what it is.
Okay, yes. So it's a crazy story. We were doing project level in the summer. It was our internship program, and we were doing a magazine. And so we were doing the last part, which is the style outs, and we always go shopping, you know, in the city. So we took a bunch of our students. My previous former life, I used to be a wardrobe stylist for like a lot of music videos and stuff like that for artists way before your time. So we took our students shopping just to show them the ins and outs of how to style. And I was accused of shoplifting. And so I was like, wow, you know, I'm with my own children, and then of course my students and my husband. And it was so embarrassing. You know, two police officers came up to me and was like, you're stealing and we need to check your bags. And I was like, okay, well, please check my bags. But before you do, I would like an apology because I know we're not stealing. None of my students are stealing. And so long story short, I didn't take anything. We were very upset because everybody was looking at us. And of course, being African Americans in this situation, we know what the climate is like. People thought we were guilty because there was police officers there. And we were escorted out because we didn't want to purchase the items and because we weren't apologized to. So, you know, we were like, look, if they apologize, then things will be fine. So I called the store to try to talk to a manager. I was basically told, I'm sorry you felt that way. I'm sorry you went through that. And I was like, that's not an apology. So we took it to social media and it got the attention of the ownership of Forever 21. And they were like, yeah, this is not a good look. We need to fix this immediately. So the vice president reached out to us, Scott Hampton, and he was like, we love everything that you're doing at project level. How do we make this work? We really apologize for what happened. This is not how we conduct ourselves. And so like, they were like, let's do a partnership. And at that time, the creative director is actually from the city. Her name is Diana. And you met her, right? Exactly. She's pretty dope, right? She's from the Mission District. She's a Latino woman. And so she was like, oh, hell no, this is my city. We are not going outside like this, you know, as a company. So they were like, okay, we're going to do a partnership. We're going to design clothes, but also we want you to help us like figure out how do we reshape our company policies when it comes to, you know, shopping while Black. And, you know, it sounds silly to say something like that, but it's a reality. We know what happens, right? But like shopping while Black, you are definitely, we're targeted. We were targeted completely in this situation. So we sat there, we talked about the things that we felt. We went over like trainings that needed to happen because it was also in the climate of, you know, George Floyd passing away, all the murders of African Americans that were being televised. And then it was just a lot of stuff happening in the news. So it was like pertinent for us to be like, this is not okay. And we couldn't have done it without the support of the VP and without the support of Diana because they also felt like this is not okay. So everything that we put forward, like as a team, like we were like, these are the things that we need to talk about. It was an incident at Starbucks that happened too, where the two African-American gentlemen were sitting there waiting on a friend, right? And so it was like, this, people shouldn't be targeted because of the color of their skin. And like, we need to change that and say it. Not like leave it as a mystery and it's like invisible ink. It needs to be in ink. And just like, how do we treat our shoppers? What do we do when there's a situation happening? And how do we try our best to avoid these situations? Because people are going to make mistakes. So that's how we came about revising their HR policy. It was very fulfilling to be able to be a part of that because, you know, like we want to change culture. We want to shift corporate culture. You know, we spend, as African Americans, we spend the most money in beauty and fashion. So why are we always being targeted and why are we always the first ones to go down for a crime? And there could be somebody else of another race there doing the same thing, right? So, you know, it was just all these little things that we were like, we'll be those people that stand there and say, hey, like, we're not going to stand for this, and it might not feel good, might not make us look so glamorous, but, you know, we have to do what was right.
Right, and I feel like you mentioned it was during the time of all the protests happening during George Floyd's death. I feel like as Black people, we all were trying to like fit into our space at that time, trying to help our people, you know, and see what we could do. And I feel like that's what you guys were able to do.
Right.
So can you tell me about anything else that was successful that you guys have done within Project Level in 1015?
Yeah. Wow. We've done a lot. And even just to that same, the Forever 21 project, like, so we released a collection in 2020 that sold out in days. And we're about to release our second collection next year in 2022. So we're really excited about that. And that's where the kids, they all designed it, everything, the ideas came from them. And then right now, like in Project Level, we're wrapping up our final cohort of the year with YouTube Music. So we have a really great partnership with them.
Oh yeah, I actually saw that.
Yeah, so like it's pretty cool. We get to meet with all these amazing artists, a lot of executives in the entertainment industry, in the tech industry, and get the full insight on how to be successful on a platform like YouTube. And then also we're building a lot of partnerships for our students where the internships can happen for them at record labels, PR companies. So we're really just like, we're always trying to pull in whoever we know from the industry to support. One of our biggest success stories, excuse me, at Project Level is an artist named 24K Goldn.
Right.
So we discovered him at Project Level a few summers back, I think the summer before you came. And he is like multi-platinum artist, doing very well, nominated for MTV, VMAs, all that. But he's so committed to, you know, his community in Project Level. So he always comes back. He works with us. We did a big shoe giveaway in August.
Right, I saw that.
And we're about to do another one, but we're structuring it a little bit differently for the holidays. But yeah, we did that with him. But he also, you know, brought out one of our newest talents at 1015, who was Son of Man 02. And he brought him out to Outside Lands.
Okay, cool.
So that was really cool, like just being able to have these partnerships where we were able to nurture that relationship with him, and now he's coming back to give back to us, the students, and then our clients that we're working with. So those are some success stories. We also have Jasmin Corley, who is she was a student and now she's a staff, but she's also like very successful creator, and she's working very closely with YouTube. They're really championing her right now, and she's got like partnerships with Aussie Hair Care. And so just being able to see like what we've been teaching the youth, and it like really turned into like real life tangible opportunities has been amazing to see. And there's so many more happening just in the scene. And like we have a lot of our students are signed to agencies, like shooting with major corporations. And so that's what it is. That's what we do. We're building this opportunity for them to build a platform, to have the skills that they need to take just their personal passions and turn it into something real, like make a living off of it.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. We do have to wrap up soon, but I have one more question for you. For those out there that want to become a talent manager, become involved in talent and entertainment, can you give us any advice for them?
Yes. It's about being diligent, being persistent, consistent. Like this is not easy. It's not easy work. You have to set your own schedule. It's not a 9 to 5. It's a 24/7, 365 job. You have to be creative. So a lot of young people today are so creative just because of like the access to social media and creating content. Like that's the name of the game. And so like if this is what you want to do, it's all about like it's about networking horizontally. So the people to your right, to your left,
You're right.
you know, those are the people that you're coming up with. That's going to be your success story. You're going to be a part of their success. So like, this is such a great opportunity for what you have here. Like the Becca program is like, this is where you should begin.
Right.
This is how you build like the network of what you want. And like, if you're trying to take things to the next level, you want to be on television, you're already in the space, right?
Exactly.
So, and then if you want to put other people in this position, you already have the resources to do so. So like, that's what it's all about. It's all about what resources are near you that you can have access to, the people that you know, and how do you tap in and give to them and then receive from them as well.
Well, thank you, Danielle, for that advice, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So that is all we have today for the Purple Couch. We'll see you next time. Bye.